Aquarius, 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 how you doing? Welcome, 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 Matt. The name Matthew or Michael? Welcome, Michael. Welcome, the welcoming Matt. Someone is Matthew, or they keep saying Matthew. Or some religious thing around Matthew. Okay, Matty or Matty, Matson, or Martyr. Okay, someone's probably playing the martyr, the victim, the scapegoat, the victim. So you got three, so you're dealing with a Piscean for a lot of you. Okay, but you got victim, martyr, you got a drama triangle, that's for sure. I'm hearing someone's playing victim, someone's playing martyr. I also heard fish, or guilty, innocent till proven guilty. Libra energy could be here. Just very quickly, Aquarius, if you haven't seen this channel or you get very lost, okay, very quickly, and this is very informative and I'm going to do a video about it separately. But, for instance, I have a Gemini moon, okay, Gemini moon, which is a 6. So I can watch a life path 6, a healing year number 6, but I can also watch a Capricorn or Gemini. Because I have a Gemini moon, which relates to a 6, right? So Capricorn also relates to a 6. So when you see a reading, okay, and it comes out and say, for me, because I'm a Pisces, right, a water sign and so and so and so on will come out where it'll just be a water sign because it means Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, okay? So that means within my moon sign of being a 6, I can actually also watch a Capricorn because a Capricorn number is a 6 and so is a Gemini is also a 6. So you could be dealing with a Gemini and a Capricorn or those placements. Okay, this is why a lot of people watch it and they think, oh my God, that really relates to me. That is also why, okay, because definitely when I channel, for sure. Okay, so I'm hearing Gary, the name Shaw, or Tina, or someone from Argentina, or Gary and Tina. I keep hearing that, right? So either two separate names, either Gary and Tina, or Garantina, okay, or Argentina, okay, or Urgent. Someone's called Urgent or Argent, okay. Urgent, urgency, 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 and emergency and emergency. Some of you work for the hospitals, or this could be Deb that is actually going for a hospital interview, or you are physically going to the hospital, okay, for checkups. This came up through another reading where I was saying about checkups, hospital, all of that kind of thing, and I need to go and get checked up. Okay, so you've kind of got that. Somebody works at a checkout centre also, so like a big centre like a mall, or somebody has moles, or maul, like, or is mauling somebody, fooling somebody. Okay, we're going to get onto your negative stuff, but you could work at a shop and you have people in, you go, welcome in, madam, what would you like, blah, 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 so on and so forth, serve a person and they go. Whatever it is say, okay, thank you very much, okay, you're welcome, thank you very much, you're welcome, stamped, approved, blah, 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 welcome, there you go. You could be a card reader or something like that, comes through, thank you very much, blah, 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 thank you very much. I have Aquarius in Venus and in different places, so there you go, those kind of things. Comes in, bang, stamped, approved, there you go. Okay, approved that for you, approved that for you. Some of you are now pretty much saying in the comment section, okay, very much, I got that message anyway, I'm just using you in order to get clarification of my own idea. So there you go, that kind of energy is for you here. No idea, Elijah, there you are in the background somewhere. You're right, Elijah. So you've got those energies that are very sporadic. Okay, so I'm hearing a guilt trip, right? Something to do with around guilty. Now, a trip fall, okay, but I'm going to take a trip fall. Do you smoke fall? So some of you possibly, this is representing coming through as different readings, something to do with drugs, a guilty conscience, also drugs, alcohol, or food even, but something around guilty. I feel guilty when charged. Some of you may be going to court, but you're definitely dealing with around a 2, or a Libra, or anybody that has it in their sun, moon, Muns, has it in their Muns. Beverly Munns, or somebody called Munns, something Munns. I'm also hearing Mumford and Sons, something to do with your son, okay, your son. So any of the signs, but someone's showing signs of something, okay, warning signs, warning signs. I think you probably already know about these warning signs. Okay, so we're going to go into the main parts of the message. Is what I'm hearing for you is around, I did also hear Branding, or Brandon Lee, or Kurt Russell. But Russell, Crow, Brandon, Lee, Crow, something to do with Crow's Nest. Hornet's Nest came up for another reading. It's in my head, you're in my head, you're in my head. Guilt trip. Something around, okay man, this is just the same messages as what's been coming out through either the number relating to a numerology reading, okay, or something rising Venus, Jupiter, North Node. Okay, so I'm hearing something around a martyr, a victim, anybody that plays victim in life, right, can start to say to the other person certain things around that you have to apologise for your behaviour. You end up apologising, right? You end up apologising. So, for instance, very quickly, like some people don't get that when I channel, okay, that you don't worry about me, right? Because just look at it as like Patrick Swayze and Ghost, right? When Patrick Swayze took over the physical form of whatever her name was, right? Whoopi Goldberg, she was not in control of her own body, right? So, whichever way it is, your messages are now starting to turn into control. Very quickly, I'm sorry if I'm babbling, okay? There you go, sorry. You see, I'm just reenacting the feeling. So don't worry about me, right? Just forget Steve, look at Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost, right? Sorry, 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 sorry. A victim mentality of somebody that keeps bringing up the past, or somebody that keeps making you apologise for certain things. It happened in Cancerian reading where I actually ended up coming on and apologising for my behaviour of how I felt. You see, so messages are here all of the time. Just please don't worry about me, right? Just don't worry about me. Just listen to the messages of when I'm speaking, because I may not be in control of my own body. Okay, so you've kind of got this energy of like, I'm not in control of my own thoughts, I'm not in control of my own feelings. Like, you're trying to control my feelings. You're trying to control my feelings by playing a victim, right? So you've got sociopath energy that came up through other ones. An empath, a sociopath empath is extremely fucking dangerous, because a sociopath, right, if you look at empathy, somebody will have, if they're an empath sociopath, they will make you feel guilty for what you've done in the past, right? So they'll always bring up certain things to make you feel guilty that you have to say sorry for it, okay? So each time you end up apologising to this person, that's still a guilt trip. So when someone has a guilty conscience, right, they go around and around in their head, and it starts off here that I'm guilty for something, right? Or I'm gonna like go very quiet and very timid, and you've got like Leo energies, and I'm going to feel very intimidated, and I'm going to like go very inward. Like, then you got Virgo energy, which is 9, right? So you got like a Leo Virgo kind of mix, right? Like a bipolar Libra Sagittarius. So you got Sagittarius possible Libra, Sagittarius possible Libra, Leo, okay, Aquarius, okay, and whatever I said. But you've got this guilt trip, this energy that doesn't mix very well, right? It doesn't mix. So you've kind of got this, unless you're doing mixing and mastering and music and all of those kind of references and stuff like that. I'm not going to put this out on here anymore because people have actually been complaining the music's too loud. There are messages in the music, right? But I have got an absolute cracker banger coming out, right? But don't worry about it. But another music thing coming out. But some of you, you're into mixing, mastering, music and mastering. The name Masterson or Masterful or M. Emily, Emma, Melissa, Maria, M's, anybody beginning with M or E, okay? E or M or E or Emily or anybody beginning with M or C, MC, Hammer, but MC or something like that. You're probably looking at your MC, IC, all those kind of things. Okay, so your main messages are here, but it's just really just an informative message, really. Because what it is me trying to give you clarification of stuff that is coming up as a victim. Right. When someone has a guilty conscience, they play out a guilt trip, right? And they play out this role and enactment in their head where each time you find yourself apologising to someone, right? And it came up in either Life Path 7 or Cancerian, right? And you always end up feeling as if you have to apologise for things for this person because they bring up energies of the past. 5, something to do with Taurus and Sagittarius or Life Path 5. Sorry if I have to be very informative, but I'm trying to also teach you about numerology, okay? So you're looking at 5. You're looking at an argument, Taurus, Sagittarius, okay? If this is not your partner, this will end up being your sibling and your friend, because Taurus will also be a father or stepfather, right? So you've got arguments in the family. If you try to avoid your partner, person will go back and play a victim with their family and say blah, blah, blah. Their family will then get involved. It's like a hornet's nest. It's karma. You can't run from it. You can't run from a trigger. So someone here is trying to stop you from running away by playing a guilt trip, by bringing up all of the past of all of the things that you're supposed to say sorry for. Right, so you've got a mirror. 100% you've got a mirror and a trigger of where somebody triggers somebody off to play a guilt trip. So they go very quiet, very inward, very Virgo-ish, right? Very life path 9-ish or Virgo-ish. I'm stuck, Pisces, right? I'm stuck. I don't know what to do about my kid or my child. I don't know what to do about my grandma that's wanting time with the children, that is like feeding it rusks and baby feeding and all this sued. Somebody could have sued a person or something to do with soup. Blind melon, soup. Right? Anybody else out there like blind melon? But like, I don't know, unless you're eating a load of fruit, right? Or like numbers inside of a bowl, okay? Anyway, you might be listening to blind melon and soup, okay? Or blind soup. A blind suit. Blind suit. What on earth is that? Blind leading the blind. 2. So you're looking at Libra energies or 2. So what you're looking at is ultimatums. Again, it's the same messages as what's been coming out through the weeklies. You know, it's just this, because I keep feeling like I have this need to say sorry. Like I really do. And like people get irritated with me saying, Steve, stop saying sorry. I'm not apologising. It's this energy. It's me channeling it, of where someone keeps making you feel as if you have to apologise for actions in the past. They hold you accountable for that. 11:11 on the clock. So you could be dealing with a 4 somewhere, Scorpio, right? But it's like this victim mentality of someone that always plays like the martyr or plays the victim, and like, no, it's because of you, and the tit for tat energy, right? And then blames you, and then they bring up all of the past of everything, and they hold you accountable for that. So they start to play a victim, and they'll say that they'll bring up past like exes and people like that. You know, they'll pick up cheating, or they'll make you feel accountable the fact that, like, you know, you want to make yourself feel lucky that you're with me, or that you have all of these kind of things, and that you're lucky that you live here. You're lucky that you have children. You know, somebody that makes you like says to you, well, you want to make yourself feel lucky that you have all of this. You're supposed to be here because you're supposed to be a mother, or something. That pretty much sounds a bit like me. But like, you're supposed to do all of this. You're a mother. Blah blah blah. You're supposed to. And you've got these energies of like a hornet's goddamn nest of, say, a mother, for instance, that always holds you accountable for not doing things, and then when you have done it and you've done certain things, they kind of, oh man. I can see like a huge mirror here, Aquarius, where it is like fighting between your mum, your partner, like, and then a mum gets involved. And then like, okay, well, I'm going to go over there and then see her and then see what she says. Because if you're not going to speak to me and you're not going to say, then I'm going to get involved. And I'm going to go over there and see my son or daughter's partner because somebody hurt my daughter or son's heart. Or I'm just going to go over and just find out what's going on in my family's relationship, right? Well, was that consented by one of these people? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm picking up that someone's very nosy in people's relationships, right? And I don't mean like a general friend where you're talking to Jen, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, Jays, but like somebody that's very intrigued about other relationships, right? So you've got like, say if you are a grown adult, right, and you have a very controlling mum, for instance, right? Say that you do. It's kind of like that, well, you don't have to have a very controlling mum. It's only if an individual sees that their mother is an interfering person, right? It's only if you see that, right? But it's like, okay, so I'm Steve or I'm somebody, okay? And I know that I have a very controlling mum, right? So all of a sudden my partner, blah, 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 so on and so forth, things are going through that. Just to add fuel to the fire signs, right? A mother then goes over or speaks to a person about someone's relationship that makes it worse. It doesn't make it better. Now, if it was consented by one of these people, then there's no one accountable for that. But through control, you might have someone here that doesn't give consent for a person to do it, and they just go and do this off their own back. And that is why you've got things now of energies that are now turning up around finances and money and house and home. Where, like, say for instance, a mother does a load of things for a son or a daughter, and the son or daughter doesn't ask for those kind of things, right? They're like, no, I'm quite efficient, like around a fish or a Pisces. But I'm quite efficient. I can look after myself. Don't have to worry about me. I can do whatever I want. I'm quite, capable of paying this and doing that and looking after my taxes and everything else. And I can do all this kind of stuff, right? I'm quite efficient. Somebody tries to take control of all of that by doing it off their own back, but you haven't asked them to do it, right? So this person here, this is your reading, your psychic reading. This person here, say Sagittarius, mixture of Sagittarius, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, even South Node, right? Because that'll be your polar, right? Your polar opposite. So somebody that says a load of things, they do it all off their own back, right? Nobody asks. This person doesn't ask a person here to do everything for them. They don't. They're quite sufficient, like a Pisces. They do everything themselves. They're quite capable of doing it. Someone thinks, oh, well, I'll just do all of this for you without you asking, okay? So you kind of end up getting on with your life. After some time, this person then makes you feel guilty and accountable for the stuff that you didn't ask them to do, right? So very quickly and very generally, because this is very important, these can even be things where people take control of like housely, homely type sort of things through your chart, right? So you'll go to houses and blah, 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 that will represent things around the house and the home, finances, bills, all those kind of things. Someone will make someone feel guilty that they're not doing any work, they're not like, it's kind of like a person here, say, I'm sorry if you're mothers and stuff, but this happens, but like mothers and sons, right? Like, my mother does everything for me, but I don't ask her to do that. She just decides to take over the kitchen. And she just decides to take over everything in life without me physically asking for that. Like, I don't never ask for that. This person does it. After some time, this person will then say, well, you don't see all the things that I do for you. And you're kind of like, yeah, I know, because I don't actually ask you to do that. Yeah, well, you want to make yourself feel comfortable. Like you just sit back doing nothing. Yeah, but I didn't ask you to do these kind of things. I can do that on my own. You decided to take over the kitchen, or you decided to take over doing all of this stuff. You're in my way. Yeah, well, I do all of these things for you. Yeah, but I don't want you to do all of that because I didn't ask you to do it. You do it off your own back. It's up to you whether you do that or not. I don't ask for that, right? I'm physically a person that may not ask for people to do things for them. If a person just starts taking over that, and they're like, oh, no, that's okay, I'm going to do all of this, tidy, clean, everything else, and then there you go, and then time slowly ticks on after some time here, and then a person then makes this person feel accountable for everything that they haven't done, which is a victim mentality. But you don't ever do anything, you don't ever pull your weight, you don't ever play, you don't ever blah. You're like, fucking hell, bruv, I didn't even ask for that in the first place. Like, I didn't ask for your opinion. I don't ask for it, you do it, right? So if you do it, well then you be accountable for whatever it is you want to do, boo. So you get on with you and I'll get on with me. We won't talk, we won't speak. And this is coming through as your love life also, right? So then through that energy of karma, this then has a shine, an effect of like on the sun, sunshine, Leo, right? Also family, dynamic, 8, Aquarius, Leo, right? So numerology, relating patterns. So I'm also hearing will or bill. Will or bill. The bill, the will, the old bill. So saying something around the old bill. Now the old bill in Britain is the police, right? So rock set or upset. Something to do with the police. But the police, they're saying that this is something to do with the police, but it's not a huge message. But something to do with the police. Okay. So the police force. So you have got police force or forcing you. Like you make me feel as if you're forcing me to do it. Like you're not just going with the flow. Like around a Piscean energy. You're not just going with the flow. You keep forcing an answer out of me. Or you keep forcing me to feel sorry and apologise to you because of everything that you're saying that I've done. Yeah, but you have done that and you've got this mirror now where someone's like, you know, because when you're going through an energy of being controlled, and the sociopath and the empath, right, will actually be thinking that you're draining them and that it's you doing it. They'll go over this more within a 5 to go over it more. Some of you are mixing turntables, but like, or just doing what I'm doing in Ableton. I don't mix, but I just mix and master. But here, like you go over it here and go over it and go over it and go over it and go over it and go over it, right? Here, and it goes around and around and around and around and around, right? So then this person comes back in for round 3 as if to say, no, I think you're controlling because you've done and you said all this here, but you keep forcing my hand for an answer without having patience. And that's where that went to Sagittarius. But in the Gemini reading, it went to South node, right? In the Gemini reading on Patron, the energy of the trine or whatever went from Gemini energies, but it shot straight through to a south node, which was your polar, your opposite, right? So it went to here, okay? So this is forming a trine, right? Trion or Leon. The name Leon or the name Leo, but or the name Leo. They're saying a name Leo or a name Leon, okay? Or Leanne, or it's my Nan or Leanne or Dan or Dana, Dan, Danielle, Dan, Dana White. See, Southpaw, Dana White, right? So Southpaw is, you know what Dana White is, right? He does the UFC, okay? So they fight Southpaw, right? And then whatever terms it is, but I know one of them is called Southpaw. So what you're looking at is a Leo with South compared to your North, maybe something like that. But it's to do with North. I said this in another reading. It's to do with your North node and their South node, right? So whatever it is, it's either the same or opposite. But it can be like a Virgo Pisces. One has, say, like a Virgo North or something, and this person has a Pisces South. Or you have an energy of your North and South node is opposite to a lot of people in your family. They're opposite. So you've got like huge family karma. You've got like purgatory. And you've got all of these energies of like Virgo here. And like confusion of like trying to figure out but kind of know. Right? So that's kind of a message there for you. Of what my spirit is telling me, right? I don't get this from a book or Google. Honestly, I don't. I just hear it and I give you it, okay? But, so your messages here, the most important ones, is somebody in their head, they start playing like, they have like a cob on. Okay. Right, I'm not going to say anything then. I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to blah, 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 right? After a while, all these things, they build up in someone's head. In a relationship, you end up like apologising to this person through their illness or the fact that they're physically ill or mentally ill, right? But they pull on all of these things and you end up apologising for them because you end up like when someone has a cob on and they play a victim and they sit there like, whatever's the matter? Oh, well, I'm bored and fed up and frustrated and blah, blah, blah. It can even be like a child. Right, makes a mum feel guilty, right? But like that, but through an adult. But like, no, because you're not, because I want that, and blah, blah. And you go, oh, I'm sorry. Like, what do you want then? Like, oh, okay, go on then, I'll do that for you. Now, if that isn't happening here, that's happened in the past, right? Where you've ended up going, oh, go on then. Yeah, go on then, just have it. Just have it your own way. I'll give in, I'll have it your way. And then a person has got so used to in their life, just like, oh, mum, or like, or like, partner, there's something wrong with me, like, blah, 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 you're not really pleasing me here, like, you're not giving me enough attention, like, or you're not giving me any sex, or you're not giving, like, you're not doing all of these kind of things. A sociopath can make you feel guilty around sex, because they'll get you to apologise for not performing, right? If you've done all of your best and you're having sex with a partner, if they ever make you feel guilty, the fact that you're not good enough, and there's something wrong with them, like there's something wrong with them, and they go in their head and they go very quiet, a sociopath can end up making you apologise for not doing something. It doesn't even have to be sex, it can be like this guilt trip. Like somebody that makes someone feel very guilty for everything that they do, and they throw blame at someone just to make them feel as if they have to feel, like even if they don't apologise, they make this person feel like they manipulate their feelings into feeling sorry for somebody, right? So when you do, you end up, after a while, apologising to this person, saying, oh yeah, oh okay, yeah, go on then, just, whatever. And then this person, you'll do it, and you'll bend over to their will and do that eventually, right? And then again, it'll happen again. And then you'll end up like, what the fucking hell's wrong now? Like, what is wrong now? And you're like, oh, well, you didn't really say, or you didn't really do anything, and you didn't, and you're like, oh, fuck. And then, like, you end up saying, sorry to this person. Again, that's a sociopath energy. Even if someone keeps contacting someone and you're not getting anywhere and it's tit for tat and you do nothing but argue, and you say, okay, look, let's just have a bit of patience. Let's just have a bit of Sagittarius energy, right? Let's just slow down a bit. Let's just calm down, right? Let's just have a breather, have a break. Eight of Swords, Leo, Aquarian. Let's have a break, right? Let's not go over it. Or can't we just forget it? It's like, oh, okay, let's forget it, right? Let's just sit down and have a meal and something like that, right? Then that can lead into a sexual act or something, and you end up getting very tempted. And then you do that again, and then it's kind of like this, how can I explain it, man? It's like that. It's like this, someone that pulls on like an act of a victim, and you end up feeling sorry for them, and then end up just pretty much either one in bed doing things, or you end up just basically like having a guilt trip sex party or something, or like you go over and visit them because you feel guilty, right? So you're dealing with a bill or a gill or a will, or you're dealing with like a Pisces, right, somewhere that either one pulls guilt trips or is the guilty party, but you're looking at three. So you're looking at a guilty party, right? So you're like, well, I can't come to your party. Taurus, I can't come to your party. I'm sure. It's like, well, you're not going to come. And then you've got a family member that will make someone feel very guilty the fact that they're not coming to a party, or they're not coming to America. And you're like, oh, you can't come to America? I thought you was going to come to America. And it's like, yeah, I know, I made that plan, but I'm sorry, I'm going to have to let you down. And like, you've got... Jesus Christ. Oh, man. You've kind of got Gemini energy as well. You've kind of got this, you changed your mind now. But you see, people will change their mind by feeling an energy out and think, you know what? This does not feel as if it's the right move. Like, I've been guilt-tripped into doing it, but then I end up feeling afterwards that it wasn't right. Like, it was kind of like you have sex or something and you think, you know what, that really wasn't right. Like, it just didn't feel right. It felt forced. It felt like I came over, but it felt like I was forced to come over. And I didn't really want to, but I did out of a guilty conscience. And then when I did, I end up coming away thinking, oh, and the other person's thinking, oh, well, you didn't really do what I wanted you to do. You didn't really please me. You didn't really... And then you're like, man, I end up feeling fucking guilty again. Right? So you've got the guilty party that feels guilty. They actually think that this person's controlling. This person thinks this person's controlling because they're pulling a trip to make this person feel guilty. Or like, you know, I only want you to come over just because of something, so you can be here in this just because you're larger than life and everything else. So I'm going to guilt trip you into like being the life of the party. But really when you're here, well, you're supposed to be like all good and great and everything else, and now you're not. So you've got these like, we only use you just for like, that's a sociopath also. We only use you on here because you're better than me, or like a fucking, oh man, this is such a childish way of an energy. Again, don't look at me. Right, I don't care. Right? But like, you've got this, what on earth is this, man? Because I'm hearing something around YouTube also. Right? We only want you on here for a certain reason. Just to use you. Just to use you. Like, because you're the life of the party. So we're going to... It's kind of like someone's using someone but making them feel guilty that they have to stay. I mean, is this paranoia? Someone that's paranoid. Right? Paranoid. You're like, man, you're paranoid. It's like, no, I'm not paranoid. Like, I feel that. Like, I actually feel like, you know, you're guilt tripping me or something. You're like, well, now you're making me feel paranoid. And you're like, yeah, because I fucking end up being sorry. And you're like, yeah, well, don't be sorry. Just do it. And you're like, no, I don't want to do that. And you're like, oh. And it's like this, like I said, man, y'all could have a fucking hornet's nest of a sociopath around you, and you may not even be fully aware. Because I guarantee you, the sociopath empath thinks that the sociopath empath is a sociopath empath. So, what a predicament, Aquarius, right? Well, believe me or not, but does that feel like your energy? Because I read energy, right? I read Akashic Records, I read energy, I speak to dead people, God knows what else, right? But I read the energy and work out the feeling and the emotion and then reenact it, right? And what this is like a performance. It's like someone that puts on an act, right? A bit like what I do on my job, right? But like puts on an act, and you're kind of like, oh, it's such a performance. Like you're making a drama out of a crisis. You're making something that was very minor into a major incident. So when things start off in life, where they're very minor, they end up being very major, because a minor card will always end up being a major fucking incident because it goes to a major arcana card. So it'll be a child that goes to their mother, to their ex. It'll be people that run off to other people for support and help. It'll be people that run off to another goddamn relationship, or threaten the fact that they're going to go and get another relationship if they're not getting out of what they need. So you've got this very confusing energy of like, fuck, bruv, I don't know what the hell to do. Like, I feel so fucking like manipulated. Like, I feel like I'm used, abused. And then this person that feels used and abused is making this person feel guilty for using them. So you've got like a fucking huge guilt party. Like you sit at a party and it's like a Freddy Krueger's fucking nightmare, right? Or your ma or your mother, and you're at this party and it's kind of like, like I can really see this party of like, well, we're all here, aren't we? This is lovely. We're all sitting around as a family, apart from you in the corner, because I'm in the corner. And they're like, yeah, I'm just in the corner, bruv, here, like, smoking cigarettes and, like, drink. I can see, like, Fag Ash Lil, or the name Lil, or Lily, right, like, or Lily Lightfoot. But, like, Fag Ash Lil, right? And, like, you alright there, Veronica? And you're like, yeah, no, I'm alright, Daphne. Are you alright? And like, oh, fucking hell, this is a great party, isn't it? Oh, we're all fucking drunk. Oh, look at everybody, like, and the fucking ashes falling down here, and you're like, bruv, these people are fucking lunatics, bruv, I don't belong here. And you're like, no, that's why you're in the corner, innit, Mavis? Is like, look at her, like, fucking sitting over there, like, ugh. Like, this is the goddamn Freddy Krueger party. Like, Jesus Christ, bruv, how the fuck do I get out of here? And you're like, you walk in and like the hornet's nest wind things just goes, the record player stops and you're like, like, and you got all these like family of narcs or a feast of friends that you're like, fuck, bruv, I don't know what to say. Like, if I say something, you're like, ugh. Look, she don't say anything, does she? She don't do anything around here. And then you got like a mother or someone that goes and speaks to their neighbour and they're like, yeah. It's kind of like, well, they don't pay me any attention. They don't talk to me. They don't do all of these kind of things anyway. And then you get like a fucking, like a, being John Malkovich, goddamn fucking, like a portal of some shit where you're like, hold on a minute, my mother's just gone over there and spoke with someone just to make it fucking worse. And it's either like a long distance or it's like a party and you're like, bruv, I'm going to have to get up and stand up and go over there in a minute and say something. And you're like, bruv, don't go over there and speak to Mavis in the corner because she's got like fags and she ain't got like a lot of fucking whiskey left in her drink. And it's like, well, I'm going to have to go over there in a minute and fill her up. And it's like, Jesus, bruv, I really don't want to be around this fucking alcohol and all this drugs. Or like, it's like, and you're like, you're right there, Mavis, do you want another drink? Yeah, fucking, well, you might as well do something, mightn't you? Just, you don't do nothing round here anyway. You're like, fucking hell, bruv. It's like, do you want another cup of tea? It's like, yeah, I'll have a cup of tea. And it's like, well, go on then, fucking make it. And you're like, what, make my own tea? So you got Rita, Bob, or Sue. Two, Sue, please stop complaining the fact that I'm not giving you any messages, Sue. But Steve, please don't be angry. Yeah, if you want messages, I've got to earn a living, Sue. You're going to have to go over to Patron. Right? But like, yeah, listen, you know, it's like, well, go and make your own tea. Rita, Sue, Bob too. It's like, what do you mean make my own tea? It's like, you just made everybody else it, but you didn't make me one. It's like, well, yeah, well, you're in the corner, aren't you? You're like, fucking hell, bruv, I can't, like, I'll try to get away from my boyfriend or my girlfriend. They're controlling me. I'll come over here and then my karma starts off around these fucking lunatics. And then you're like, man, I can't escape it, can I, Steve? And you're like, well, no, Steve has been telling us for a long time that you'll never run from your karma. And if it doesn't show up as your kid, it'll show up as your boyfriend or your girlfriend. And if it doesn't, it shows up with your in-laws, your outlaws, and fucking Laura, right? So it's like, oh my God, if it isn't one person, it's another person. So like, well, what do I do in the era of need and where I can't get what I want out of my boyfriend or girlfriend? Okay, well, let's do the human thing and talk to my girlfriends about, like, my boyfriends. So then you've got a glamour party. So with everybody up in here, so let's have a glamour party and let's talk about everybody. So, I mean, what is this goddamn Dow Winton or something? So, I don't know, you could have a same-sex relationship here. It's like, well, listen, girls, let's all get together and let's go out and have a night out everywhere and let's go and get drunk. And you're like, fuck, bruv, I don't know. Just come on, everybody. We don't care what you want. We just want to get drunk. That's it. And you're in the corner, so go and fucking pull us a beer. Like wench, or like someone that works behind the bar. And you're like, fuck, bruv, don't speak to me like that. You stink of beer. You stink of breath. Oh, fucking hell, bruv. Next. Yeah, what do you want, bruv? I'll have a pint of Strongbow. Oh, really? Yes, strong, or Armstrong. It's like, cool, you've got strong arms, right? Yeah, I am pumping all this shit for you. Anyway, I keep hearing like this pumping iron or something, or like lifting weights and stuff like that. Pump it, go on, pump. Pump up the jam, pump it up. Jan, you right, Jan? Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine. But like, I can really see this fucking, like, do you want to come? We don't care. It's coming through the 7 or the Cancerian reading. We don't care. We're just here to have a party. We want to be free. We want to do whatever we want to do. Boo. And if we want to get drunk, and we will get drunk. And to be honest, it's like, well, let's talk about our feelings. I mean, you know, like, when like someone's on heroin and they're like, bruv, you're, like they go, oh, fuck, what's going on, bruv? It's like, yeah, wake up, bruv, you're on heroin, are you? Yeah, I can't, listen, like, oh, fucking don't know. And it's like, bruv, what, you on sleeping tablets? Or, like, fucking wake up? And it's like, oh, God, bruv. I've had, like, starts drawing it. Fucking hell, bruv. Look at Mavis in the corner there, like, bruv. And like, oh, jeez, like, I can't speak anymore. I don't know, and I'm slurring all my words out, and it feels as if Steve has slowed the video down. I hadn't. That's quite a good performance, right? Like I said, someone puts on an act. So it's kind of like, we're just gonna slow things down a little bit. So unless you're doing anything around Angel Radio or something like that, and you slow things down and then speed them up. So I can do this. I'll do that with my audio, because you have to find the tuning. Someone's fine-tuning something and sorting out the audio, blah, 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 and fine-tuning it. So that. Then you got a mother that probably hears all of that, and all I can hear is all of this. I mean, is this a goddamn party and someone's shit at karaoke? And they're like, yes, it's karaoke. And you're like, fuck it. Boys just want to have fun. Oh, girls just want to have... That's all they really want. And you're like, fucking hell, bruv, get the mic off her. Jesus Christ, Michael. It's like, Michael, what's the matter with you? And you're like, oh, just get the mic off her. Don't let her have the microphone. She's going to fuck the party up. So, you've got Capricorn energy here. And it's, don't fuck the city up. Fucking hell. Don't fuck a city up. No. Just get a sippy cup. Sip in your cup. Sip cup. Sip cup? I think I come up with that before. What was that? Sippy cup? Sup? Skylar. Tyler. Sup? Fuck, bruv. The sky is up there? No, what's the matter with you? Nothing. Like, what's the matter? Nothing. Oh, God, they're depressed, didn't they? It's like, fucking hell, bruv. Like, yeah, but I don't want to come because I'll bring the party down. and I'll make everybody feel as if, like, fucking get out of your head. Like stop, like, yeah, but I don't want to turn up, because if I turn up there, nobody's going to want me there anyway. And you're like, oh, bruv, like, fucking get over the victimhood. It's like, yeah, but my family, they're manipulative. So you're in your right not to go, right? But you've kind of got this also where, I don't know, there might be just a small group of people, and they're all right, and this is like, no, God, no, I don't want to go out in front of people. You're like, what the fuck's the matter with you? Like, don't worry about them. Just get out. Come on. It's like, no, because I don't want to bring everybody down, because I feel bad. Like, my boyfriend or my girlfriend's broke up with me, and I feel like down now, and I can't come out, and I don't really like, Jesus, fuck, bruv. Sort your head out. Poof. Like, just come on. Get up. Get out. Let's just fucking do something. No. I mean, that's what I said. A friend can also try to make you feel guilty by being a friend. You know, because if someone's having a proper pity party, you're like, man, this party, this fucking party, don't go to anybody's party. Jesus Christ. You're probably not, or you are, and you're kind of like, oh, well, it feels like I'm going to have to, because it's the in-laws, isn't it? I'm going to have to, like, get the in-laws, and someone turns up and they're like, yeah, come on, let's have a brilliant time. And you're like, fucking hell, everybody's split up, everybody's arguing, everybody's drinking, everybody's kind of like, what the fuck is the matter with human people at the moment? I'm just like, give me a high anus and get me out of the way, right? Just give me someone's anus. So, what the fuck is that? Just give me somebody's anus. Really? Angus? Icarus? Acus? Aha? Sal, maybe? I don't know. Sally? Sally Ann? Your nan? Your auntie? Your uncle? Fuck, bruv, everybody's turning up at this party. It's my auntie, it's my uncle, it's my... Everybody's turning up. You're like, okay, well, this is good, isn't it? Anyway, how are you getting on? And there's probably a narc right in the middle of it, and you think, fuck, I can't actually speak to you, I'm sorry, but if I do say something, the narc in the corner is pretty much going to say something to make me feel accountable for it, and I'm going to end up giving you way too much information, because the narc will know that I've said something to you. So you kind of like, Jesus, bro, everybody just avoid the narc. Everybody avoid the narc. And you're kind of like, so anyway, how are you getting on with your work, and how are you getting on with all your love, like your love life and everything else? And you think, fuck, bruv, don't bring that up. Jesus Christ, don't ask me that question. Because as soon as I do, my mother or my mother-in-law, she's going to hear about it, and then she's going to go around fucking telling everybody. And I don't want everybody to know my business. And if I do, it's kind of like somebody comes into like a group of people, and they're like, and they bring up all of the shit that you don't want bringing up, and you're like, oh, shut the fuck up. Like, don't say anything, for God's sake. And you're like, oh no, it's okay, I'm an Aquarius, I don't have a filter. And you're like, fuck, bro, don't say that. Why? Oh, that really sounds a little bit like me having it in the third house also. But like, I can see this family, and you're like, oh, fuck it, I don't give a shit, bruv. Just speak up and say something. Like, you know. So... Anyway, Aquarius, that's your channel messages where everybody's probably clicked off, or well, at least you've had a bit of entertainment anyway, Aquarius. But that's me channeling messages. Yours seem to be comical. Comet? Michael? Comet? Connet? Comic-Con. It's like a con. A convict? Vicky? Victoria? Or Victoria Street? And you live down Victoria Street? Or like, Vic? Vic. Keep hearing Vic. Vicks Vapor Rub, or Vapor, or you do a vaping, and you vape. Ooh, ew. We're not going to go to the other one that says vape. Oh, statutory, I'm hearing. Oh, what on earth is that for? Oh. You might have something to do with one of the readings where the Four of Wands was in reverse. Someone getting out of prison. You got Four of Wands, definitely energies here. Someone getting out of prison. Or someone being convicted of, I don't know. See, I don't even know if this person did anything or not. Because of the, like, you did it. And, man, I mean, I'll be God's honest truth with you, man. I've seen people out there that have blamed someone for doing something that they've never even done. They've just made it all up. Oh, God, really? There you are. But, like, they've made something up that somebody done it and they never did. I mean, trust me, I knew a person. At one point, probably called Dunn, maybe, right? or Dandoon, Bandoon, or whatever, I don't know. But you know, there was somebody once that made up quite a few times. I've actually seen it once when I was a child, once growing up, again another time, and then a situation of something else, we'll just say, right? And somebody that just made up a complete story of a victim that something happened to them. It didn't. It never did. It really did. It never did. It was never proven the fact that they did. They was actually never there. But somebody said that that did, but it didn't. You see, when you got someone that's saying things, you see, even in like court of law, people can be like innocent. And now, if you're going to shout and scream and say no, because it did happen, it happened, right? But I'm picking up this energy of where somebody is playing like a guilt trip here to say that somebody's done something when they haven't. That's the disturbing energy, because majority of your channeled stuff and your reading is being around a guilt trip, right? And a guilty party. Trust me, I know someone that actually did that. Not involving me, God no. But I was a part of something where someone used to say that this happened. It didn't. It didn't, right? Because I experienced what this person was like physically, and I was like, fuck, you are like absolute raving lunatic. You are a raving goddamn lunatic, right? And they'll bring up anything to play a victim. Like, they will mention anything to play a victim. They'll make shit up just to be a victim. They'll make shit up to make you accountable for it. Trust me, this is a psychopath, empath, sociopath, fucking, what do you call it? Liar. Like a something liar. What do they call it? Or lions? Or Leo? But like a convicted liar. Like, or they are addicted to lying. Just straight up off their ass lie about it. Like, if I can't get you and I can't get you back, I'll just fucking lie. And I told you I also come up with another person that used to say that somebody used to physically abuse them with bruises. They didn't. The guy actually had bruises. No, the name Bruce, but like, or someone from Australia. You're right there, Bruce. But like, the guy actually had bruises. All over him. But the woman, sorry to label people, but we do have men, women, man, or wayman, right? But actually said that the male was actually like physically beating. And there were never, ever any physical signs on this person's body to show that this person was actually punching and bruising. Physically. Because the person used to wear low tops and skirts and God knows what else. There was not a sign of a bruise on it, even when she pointed out that the fact that there was a bruise. There wasn't, right? Guarantee you, a week later, the guy was riddled with bruises all up his boat race, bruv. All up his face, there was bruises everywhere, right? The guy, right, used to make up stories just out of fucking nowhere that they were happening to them. Playing a victim, playing a martyr, playing a sociopath, right? This person was actually a Aquarius Piscean mixed. Fuck, that is a mix there. But like, there you go, right? Used to say that all these things were happening and they weren't. They weren't. A mole that implants itself into a soul group came out through the Pisces reading for the month. Started off with judgment here, right? As the progression of Patron, they ended up being a 9 of Wands. Judgment, 9 of Wands. A narcissistic energy in the whole family soul group dynamic relating to all of those signs, Pisces, Aquarius, Leo, blah, blah, blah. I read soul group energies. Soul group energies, that's what I read, right? So, reading, something to do with eat, read, or something like that. But Reedy, Damien Reedy, also. Damo or read, okay? Something to do with read. But, reading. Don't know. Stop. Cancer. But like, yeah, very important. Soul group energy through the Piscean reading, right? So, like I said at the beginning, if you didn't get that bit, me, I have a Gemini moon, so it relates to a 6. So I can also come up in a Capricorn reading because that would be a 6, right? So it still doesn't have to mean that it's you. It just means the story that you follow and watch may really represent a lot of things that happen when you watch it back and you think, holy shit, I watched a Capricorn reading and that really felt like my story. How the hell is that? Well, because within that numerology number, it can relate to a trine of what crosses over towards your Vedic chart, right? So your Vedic. So you can be like I said, your numerology and your star signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, they'll relate up in your chart of what you know, right? But then, like, it'll cross comparison of the South and North, right? I don't want to go into it too much because it's complex, but like I said, you can then think, oh, okay, well, I have a Gemini moon and I'm a 6, so I can also watch a Capricorn because that reading really related with me. So it shoots across to your Vedic chart within a numerology from your this chart, birth chart, numerology, Vedic here, right? So, well, I don't know that for a fact, but that's pretty much how I work out patterns and numbers. Is just that your numerology and your birth chart will still relate to a pattern of your moon and blah, 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 and then try and cross and go over all of these planets, right? That was going to be a part of Magician's Table, but I think I'll just give some review of it. That's going to be... I'm going to do a different reading, I think, for, it's going to be a Magician's Table Part 2, but I keep getting more info from the Akashic Records is also, like I said, it's a library of information. Okay. It's not read from Google. So let's see what's been going on. I have really got to get on with your reading because I think a lot of you are sick to death of me already. So in sickness and in health, man. Some of you are married to this person. I'll just put that one out there. We're married till sickness and health. Or you work for the National Health. Let's see what's been going on with Aquarius. Man, I'm really hot now. Jeez. 10. Carried off with a stretcher. Got carried away. I'm sorry, but I got absolutely carried away. Right. What can I do with myself? You got carried away, man. The name Wayman. But you got carried away, man. You say, did you? Yeah, no, I said too much. Too little, too late, too much, too quick. We didn't really take our time. We just went straight for another cycle. We didn't really think. We just rushed straight back into it. And we went back into another cycle with Michael or something. And we did exactly the same thing, Mike. So we went through another thing. You got carried off. You got carried away. You took it all too far. You took everything accountable for what I said. You blamed me. And it just caused another relapse here. So whatever it is, I relapsed. You could have relapsed on drugs. Somebody could have got carried away on a stretcher. Somebody could have overdosed. There could have been a physical death somewhere within the soul group of 10. Okay, and someone was very ill, mentally ill, physically ill. But you could have seen a lot of endings in your life within a soul group of where people have just passed away here. Because I'm hearing someone just passed away. Okay, so I'm just passing. Name Parsons? Man, that name has come up. Parsons or P, anything beginning with P. Pucci, Paula, Pauline, I don't know. Okay, Jolene, Jolie. Joe, the name Joe, also I'm hearing Joanne. Anything beginning with J also here, but we got carried away, right? So, like I said, in the soul group, somebody could have physically passed away. Like these things that you see, right? Because I'll channel what you see, because I'm psychic. So you'll witness things that I'm saying, and you think, holy shit, that didn't happen to me, but man, I see that happen, right? I see that happened. Right. But generally here, somebody got carried away with the energy, right? Created an ending. What's been going on with Aquarius? Sagittarius. So, I'll say this at the end, man, because I really want to get on with your reading. Sagittarius, you see an influctuation, right? Flux, the name Flux or Floss or Foster child. Some of you have got a foster kid or a foster child, or I want to foster somebody. Or the name Frost or Fost. Foster, Froster, Frost. Okay. But yeah, or this is my child, my foster child, or my kid or my child here. But yeah, like I said, this is such a strange energy because somebody wanted it real quick. You said too much too soon. Too much too soon. No, this has got to happen right now. I'm impatient. I don't have any patience. I want to know now. Or I don't have any clients, or I don't have patience for clients, or I don't have patience, right? But whichever way it is you look around it here, is I don't have any patience to wait. I want it now. It's going to happen now. It's either now or never. So it's an ultimatum still. It's kind of like, look, you either talk to me now or forever hold your peace, right? So you either say it or you don't. But in a relationship, when you argue, like I said in another part of what was going to be the magician's table, is that when you argue with the person, you'll have to subscribe to it here, but to the channel. But somebody was impatient, right? They didn't have any at all whatsoever, and they wanted an answer right here, right now, right? So because you were arguing, somebody said too much during the energy of control, which was you were fighting. So somebody doesn't have patience. They think that within a relationship, we're supposed to live together, be together, do all of this right here, right now. You're supposed to be by my side. You're supposed to be joining me. You're supposed to be a joint force, right? We're supposed to be doing this together. If you have an argument in a marriage or a relationship, or if you have an argument at all, and even if you don't live with people, okay, somebody will want something immediately. And because you can't give them an answer immediately, that will form an argument and piss somebody off. And because you don't have any temperance or patience, is that somebody probably said too much, too quick here. So it was an ultimatum. If you don't soon start bucking up your ideas, young man, then you might as well get out and leave. And if you're not going to soon start pulling your weight and do anything, then you're not really worth your weight in gold. I might as well go somewhere else. So somebody gives somebody an ultimatum. You want to think yourself lucky that you're around me here, because this is limelight, right? You want to make yourself feel lucky that you're around me, right here. So if you get an ultimatum within a relationship that costs you everything here, this person costs you a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, draining energy, right? I spend all of my time giving you everything I can, and that isn't good enough? Really? I do everything for you. Literally do everything for you. I cook or clean, or I take you out. I'm very efficient. I do all of these kind of things. I'm very frivolous. I've done everything for you, and that isn't good enough? What the fuck do you want, blood out of a stone? So you're like, no, I just want your respect and stuff. But you sociopath energy. Because then this energy here will say, oh, you're draining me. You're making me feel awful. You're making me feel bad. What the fuck? That's a guilt trip, bruv. How the hell do you feel bad? Yeah, but I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's like, what are you sorry for? You don't have to keep being sorry. These are people saying it to me also. But like I said, my job, don't worry about me. I'm alright. When the camera's off, bruv, I forgot about Aquarius. I'm moving on with Pisces. But like, oh, well, I'm going to move on then. If you ain't soon going to start doing something, I'll move on. I'll go somewhere else. Threatening behaviour. If you don't soon start working things out with me, then I might as well leave and go. So you probably did. You caused an ending here. Somebody gave somebody an ultimatum that if they don't soon start bucking up their ideas, you might as well move out, move on, get out, or like leave. Here. So then Lee. Aquarius. So you got Leo, or 8, possible. And so 8 would be anywhere Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, okay, also an Aquarian, okay. So if you have this anywhere in your chart, and also an Aquarian anywhere in your chart, there you go, 8. So here, yeah, but I'm impatient, I want an answer. What do you mean? I'll fucking give you one. Yeah, well that isn't good enough. Okay, then I'll leave. Okay, you did. Okay, no you don't. Now you do. You do. You don't. You do. You don't. Oh, you do. You do. Do you? Oh, you do. Do. Don't. You don't. Right. It's like, oh, you do. Oh, you do now. Okay. So, okay, come over then. Blah, blah, blah. Real quick. Bam. One bam. Thanks, you, ma'am. There you go. Oh, what? So you come, you go, you sleep with me, and then you leave. Man, yeah, but you agreed to it. You said yes. Yeah, I know I did. But then when I asked for something, you wouldn't do it. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, what? You're trying to make me feel guilty now? Oh, fuck, bruv, man. It's such a mirror. It really is. Oh, what? Now you make me feel guilty. Now you make me feel as if I'm not worth it. You used me. Really? Yeah, but you agreed to it. You said yes. Yeah, but then when I asked for something, you say no. Yeah, because I didn't really feel like it. I came over, I tried. I came over and we tried, but it felt odd. It felt weird. Like, you know, the energy might be something where it happened really quick, but then when you left, when you left, it just felt like, man, this just doesn't feel right. Like, I tried my best. I tried to perform and try to give you what you wanted, because you wanted all these things and you led me into believing that it was a guilt trip, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, you're being guilty. You're making me feel used and abused. Mirror. Yeah, well, so are you. Right? So I've done all of this for you. I came over because I really thought that you wanted me to. Yeah, because I agreed to it. I said yes. Okay. So then what? Then you left, and now you've changed your mind, and now you've said no. Okay, past, present, future, because I'll read these futures also soon. So now you're saying no. You made me feel used. You now make me feel as if I'm just like wasting your time. Well, no, but I did that because you agreed and said yes. Yeah, but then when I ask for something, you say no. Yes, because I felt the energy out and I just felt that it wasn't really the right time. Like I rushed in real quick because I felt guilty. That if I didn't soon start acting, like you said in the past, which was, if you don't soon start cooking up your ideas, young man, you might as well leave. Okay, well, I did leave. Yeah, but you give me an ultimatum. You made me feel guilty that if I don't soon start doing something, which I did try to do, I did try to compromise to you. I did come over. You did want me to do that because you said that you were going to leave, that you were going to be with someone else or that you were going to leave. But you contacted me through that time of where Steve says, don't do that. Give it patience. Give it time. Oh, no, I haven't got any patience. I haven't got any time. I actually need an answer right now. Okay, well, I did give you it. Okay, so do you want to come over? Can I come over? Because that's what you wanted, right? I'm going to give you what you wanted. You wanted me to come over. You said that it was finished and that it was over, but you contacted me while it was over. Right? So you said it was over, but then you contacted me. Okay, so let's talk about it then, because I'm blah, blah, blah. You make me feel guilty, blah, blah, blah. See? Okay, then, come on then. I'll come over because I feel guilty. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I'll come over. Okay, and then I leave real quick. Okay. And then it ends again. You play out another thing here, and then you're kind of like, Jesus, Stephen King, what are you transforming into something else? Scorpio energy. You're like, well, look, 1 minute you're here, the next minute you're not. What do you want? Yeah, but you're trying to control me. Yeah, but you felt guilty. I'm trying to give you everything that you need and everything that you want. I'm trying my best to do that. But when I got here, it just didn't feel very right. It didn't feel right at all. So I left, and then when I come away, I had a momentary lapse of reason and realising that when I was there, whatever you said after that, I started to realise, fucking hell, man, I've got to apologise for now something that you're telling me that I'm not here all the time for you. And now you're making me feel guilty for that, and that I have to apologise for that also. So when I leave now, it makes me feel as if, you know what, this really doesn't feel right. Like, it don't feel right. It's too rushed. It's too quick. Like, it's too personal, right? Here. Or Percy, or Purcell, or Purcell. Purcell, someone Purcell. Or Sally. But you're making it too personal. You're making a drama out of a crisis. Here. There's a one. You're making a drama out of a crisis. You're making it as if like it's my fault. Yeah, well, it isn't, but you've got a mirror. People making each other feel as if it's their fault. Because you've got victim mentality. If you do that in a mirror, the person, me, for instance, in a psychic warfare of life, of how I do all of this, what do you think, like me doing all of this, how do you think that is in a relationship with me personally? Very goddamn difficult, right? Because somebody doesn't even have to speak or say something, and I'll know. I will know. And if a person doesn't admit that, and it causes this like victim mentality, when I end up saying something because this person isn't, I'll probably say something. If that offends a victim, right, they'll be like, oh my God, you've really hurt my feelings now. You've really hurt my emotions and my feelings because something that you told me that I didn't admit to you. Sorry, but I'm psychic, man. I know. I already know. It's in my head. I already know, right? Yeah, but you... And then they question your reality to make you feel as if you're... See, that's why I say me. I'm sure I am designated to in life to actually physically... There's going to be a part of the magician's table. It's to be alone. A man of a prophet energy is designed to be alone. Is to be alone, right? Because it interferes with my job. It interferes with my calling. It interferes with my work. The further I wake up and the further I get to ascend, right, towards a Scorpio energy of rising, the further I go and the further I go and the further my mind goes, I'm out there, man, and nobody can really kind of like really relate with that energy in a relationship with me. Because I know, and it triggers me. It kind of doesn't trigger me. I just hear all of that madness that goes on in someone's head, and I can't be around it, man. I'm like, fuck, bruv, stop goddamn thinking. Will you please stop thinking, right? So, man, of an energy of this, if you look at anything that is also biblical, means that woman is designed to be alone. Is designed to be alone, right? So the better the devil you know is that the further that you go, you take it too far in a relationship, especially when you're psychic, because you hear it from another person. And you're kind of like, bruv, I can't prove that. I can't prove that. In a relationship, that's extremely difficult. Extremely. Relationship, I'm on about every single goddamn one. I'm on about a mother, a friend, a father, a sibling, a girlfriend, a boyfriend. Yeah, but I'm waking up, I'm an empath. Empath, sociopath, psychopath. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, I'm sorry, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the other side, because you've got an hour and 5 minutes, man. I've got to do Pisces as well, and then other things. Next Angel Radio. It's a banger, bruv, I feel. I think you're going to enjoy it. If you do like my Angel Radio, you can subscribe. It's free music. It's a link below in the show more section that says Angel Radio. If you want free music, it doesn't cost you a thing. Right? It doesn't cost you a thing. It's just free music, all kinds of music. It's on Angel Radio. It does also sometimes come out on here, right? But it's free. This reading is because it's going to come out very soon, right? But I'll put it on the other one first. This reading here only goes to the full access bundle. If you get lost and you don't know, there's a video provided below that tells you all about Patreon and what you get for your money, okay? Because you get quite a lot, okay? So it all goes to Patreon. You'll get this one, only goes to tier 2, these ones, the full access bundle. You'll get this one, and then a possible another one that comes out on YouTube for a start. The last week of the month will only go to Patreon, the full access bundle. So you won't see it on here. If you want your last week and you're a part of Patreon, that is where you'll find it, because I will not put the last week up on YouTube, because I'm just going to do them and put them straight up on there, okay? I don't know whether it's going to be the last 2 weeks or the last week. I really don't know. I got a Gemini moon, bruv. Right, so if you're a part of it, you get different things at different times. This reading, full spread here and then clarified to tell you what you've got coming up. Could even extend over, right? Okay, but I'm going to start reading these also of past, present, future, and a separate reading to give you any other messages, okay? Find the link below. Thanks very much, Aquarius. I really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, join, all that kind of stuff. Really appreciate it. I'll see you soon.